Hi guys. Hello. I'm getting situated. How freaking creepy is this photo? It's really creepy looking. Welcome in, you guys. I'm gonna let the clock go down because I keep changing the times. Woohoo! Thank you for the thumbs down. That means that we are on to something, and you need a little happiness in your life. So change the fucking channel and go get it. Hi, Sugar Bee, Muffin Top. How are you? Donna, I got your message. Let me know if you would like to still mod because I'd love to have you. So you let me know when you're ready, and your wrench will be waiting for you. Welcome in, everybody. Wait, YouTube. We have a really great presentation. I'll let you know what's going on in the last 48 hours. Wait, I'm getting to my live. Oh, let's see who is here. Excellent, you guys. Wait, let me turn my noise off. One moment.
Ready and
there we go. Okay, let me first welcome you guys in. Welcome to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Everything I do and say here is for the sake of the Missing Summer Moon Wells Missing Children, which, if you're new here, includes all the way from Lori Vallows, the Watts, Michael Vaughn, Harmony Montgomery, Serenity McKinney, Nina, McCain, Australia, Williams. There are thousands, hundreds and thousands of kids. And there's certain children that really, really pulled at me. And this is why I'm here on my channel, is specifically to help bring these kids justice and bring them home. Welcome in, Muffin Top, my mod, you guys. And Judy is not here. Sugar Bean Nancy. Hi, G.H. White. Hello. Sassafras, how are you? This is going to be great. So, hello. I'm going to close this out and turn this off. So, as you all know, I was discussing and going over Molly's channel. Again, when I do things like that, it has nothing to do with the creator. Molly's someone I've been watching since day one. And has nothing to do with her directly, other than what's in her videos helped me explain to you guys what I see through my third eye. In the beginning, I had no real images to show you. I was just blabbing to the screen of one person. Then it became two, then it became three, and you girls are still here with me. So thank you for that. Nothing to do with them, and I'm going to be showing you some more videos from Molly. I'm going to be showing you videos from Benny. So from Jody Sue. It has nothing to do with them directly. That's not my job. That's not my purpose, and that's not my problem, because I'm not the authorities, right? Even if someone here was like, oh my gosh, yes, she did do it. Well, I have no right to say that. I just give you as I see it and hear it and receive it. That's it. That's it. A lot of people here on the channel have given me wonderful messages, has sent me wonderful messages and wonderful emails. I've read them all. I get many, many, many emails, and they help keep them coming. I may not respond to you guys and say anything back, but just understand that I do go through the emails, and they help. They help. Oh, Sassafras, thank you. Yeah, last night and the night before were two interesting nights. I do see, this is what I feel. I will tell you. I do want to say one thing before I start. Actually, I do. I want to send a message. I want to send a message to you right now coming out of her. Um, if you all have never been to her channel, coming out, coming out of her, she's a great intuitive. I flipped on the YouTube and she was having a horrible day. She was live and then she wasn't live anymore. So I want to make sure two things. One, if you are around and you hear me, come on and chat. I want to make sure that you're okay. That you're okay because that you were having a really tough time, and that, you know, if anyone would like to support her over at her channel, please do. Um, you know, it's been hard times for everybody, but I could see that the hurt she's feeling right now was so heavy that was coming through um, the channel that if I really wish at that moment I knew where you were and how to get a hold of you, which I don't. So I wasn't in a position, or you weren't in a position, for anyone to be able to reach out to you. I don't have your information. I'm letting you know I'm sending you healing work, and I'm sending you much love. So we're here for you at WCIA Network. If you need anything, you come on into my chat. We're here for you. We are. So make yourself welcome, and just breathe. Just breathe. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, this little thing here that I got in front of me, much of my presentation, I have two presentations. My first presentation is going to go over bolts to nuts, apples to apples. So I'm going to show you tons of different elements, but I'm going to give you information why they are my elements. So I'm going to show you apples to apples. Thank you, Boston, for that super sticker. Thank you. It says Pierre holding his belly, laughing out loud. Thank you. Thank you. Really much appreciated. Thank you. So much of my first information, it's going to show you and give you the story of the Summer Moon Wells missing children. The Summer Moon Wells missing children fall into now many more categories than it did when I first got here and didn't know what the freaking crap I was doing, right? I didn't know, and I just came on and I just let it rip, like, okay, you know. And a year and a half later, I'm getting, I still don't see it clearly, but I do know that part of my purpose is to let my healing work and the gifts in front of me that are shown to me be put to good use, be put to helping other people and doing whatever I can to give back, right? So Summer Moon Wells was the one that came to me before she was even missing. So that story is in the first video, 600 videos ago. You could go listen to it. One day I'll listen to it. It'll probably be really hilarious. So I'm going to start with presentation number 1. And that starts with showing you how, where did it go? Come on. How the elements in front of us every day, all day, in every freaking YouTube story that these YouTubers that are involved in telling the story, and maybe they don't know, maybe they do know. Again, I don't care. All I know is it gives me the opportunity to show you the story, right? So The first part of my presentation comes from a man named Bob Vaughn. Now, because I can't confirm on paper, seeing his identifications, his passports, and what have you, to say that it's confirmed, this is allegedly the Bob Vaughn's father of Michael Vaughn, who I believe and see, not I believe, I see him with Summer Moon. I see that he was paired with Summer Moon Wells. Okay? So when I see Summer, I see Michael Vaughn. When I see Michael Vaughn's information that gives me information about these nuts and bolts, it's a connection. Michael Vaughn, that I allegedly believe is Michael Vaughn's father, his father Bob, is the one who I get my fishing boat photos from, and I have matching faces from different cases, as well as Check It TV. I see his face on Bob's boat, as well as I see those faces at Kylie Rodney's vigil, right? I've showed you all this. So the storyboard and the people are getting tighter and tighter. I don't have to go much distance and, just fan out to look at any other people's videos or YouTube channels. It's done. I know which ones, and I know when to look at which one because I listen. I know. There's certain channels I haven't turned on at all. Not because I forgot about them, because they can't give me anything that I need right now. It might be showing up, the elements every day, but they're elements that I don't really care to talk about right now, probably. And nor do I. It's not part of the process in that moment. So what I've looked up now is something that came to me, and it took actually 42 days to put this presentation together because it kept evolving and changing. About the last hour, I kept pushing it up, and I'm sorry I do that, you guys, but I can't help it. I know that people want to schedule, so I try the best that I can. Apologize that sometimes I just can't go on at that time. Maybe my body just is shut down too much and I can't go on spiritually, so I won't, because I don't want to go on if I'm half-assed, right? And that's how I was this afternoon. I'm like, there's no way. I am fried. For no reason I get fried. It's after I put my presentations together. This first one's 126, wait, did I say that one right? Let's see. 126 apples to apples, February. Let me make sure I check. 126 pages. For some reason, I thought it should be 112. Let me look. If this is the right. No, 126. Huh. The information I'm going to show you is going to pull together all the way back from John Wayne Gacy. I'm going to be bringing in items from John Wayne Gacy, as well as Lori Vallow, Casey Anthony, and the Watts. They're all in here. Why? Because they have all the same information. And I'm trying to show a pattern that goes all the way back so many years. Obviously, we know that this was Pojo, or whatever John Wayne Gacy called himself, out of Des Plaines, Illinois. We know that he was a clown. This, to me, what we see here has nothing to do. I don't feel a connection. Oh, that's John Wayne Gacy. I don't feel that. I just feel like it is the Summer Moon Wells missing children's information. It's got the A, it's got the 5. But I feel as if the clown is very universal. So if they think for a second that I'm going to put this, even though every case has a smiley face, I'm not categorizing it at that. I'm not going to, because these are cult-like, and it's just them being whatever they're doing, But they're not the smiley face killers, even though there's a smiley face on every case I'm working on, and I'll show you them here. But I think it's just, I personally am not calling them that, because that's not what they are. They're not. And if they say they are just trying to give the credit where the credit's not due. How's that? Here is a photo of a photo that came off of. Now there's one person who's going to know where I got this photo, and it's the person who had it on their Facebook. I took her name off on the bottom. It's very important that I show you what's on the bottom. First, here's what's on the top. You have the A. It shows that these children go down the sewer, and they do each go with the puppy, is what I read. On the bottom, I took the girl's name out. This girl, and you know who you are if you are here, is friends with Michael Vaughn's mother. I've been watching her. And I've been watching you for a reason. I'm not calling you out because it doesn't matter to me. I'm not calling your name out. You know who you are. The first one says, oh, this is me before. And you put your name, you're like, oh, this is blah, blah, blah before. This is blah, blah, blah after. Now, because I know my elements, I know that you're telling the goddamn story of the Summer Moon Wells missing children, which includes Michael Vaughn. So I know that I have all of your information with your name. It's not important here on the channel. That's what goes into the FBI. That's what went into the law enforcement. So you should either buckle in or get your ass over to the police department because your stuff was quite interesting. This is what it looks like before they go down the sewer. Look and notice what is in this photo by the sewer. And then the one that says, this is me after. What's on next to the sewer, and I'm going to point out where, because people ask me to point out, and I just take for granted, I think you know. Right here. It's gone. So what you're looking at this section here, and this is the A on that little white thing that goes across. This is cement. Whatever was here is gone. Let me show you again. This is what's on the cement, and it's all the same photo. It just says, this is me before. Let me show you. This is gone. And this is the element that I consistently tell you gets attached to the door frames, that goes into the water, that moves through the sewer, which moves through the underground. This is how it gets in there, you guys. And how they do it is they stop their car and take it out of their goddamn wheel. So this is what it looks like before, and this is what it looks like after. It's confirmation that, and you see this smiley face over on the left-hand side. So we get the smiley faces there, okay? But understand that where I got this information is the same place that I got the information in the photo way back when Michael Vaughn went missing. Let me see if I have that picture in here. When Michael Vaughn went missing, there was one photo that I never lost sight of, because it was a photo, and I didn't know, I had to look up whose it was, right? It was a photo of a watch. And this woman, if you ever, hear my channel over here, you have shit on your channel that you need to bring to the law enforcement. You need to bring it to law enforcement. I mean, you're much better off bringing it to them before they come get it from you. So way back over a year ago, Michael went missing, like when Summer went missing. There's a photo that was posted on her Facebook fundraising page. She was just someone who put the photo up. It was a watch in digital time. The watch at digital time was the digital time that they said Summer went missing. And there were 2 kids on your watch. And I watched it. That watch face kept telling me a story. So I kept going back to whose watch face that was. And the information that I received is in here, but I'm not exposing names because it's not fair, right? What the hell happened to this? This is from Molly. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Where I'm starting again is showing you how I get information from Molly Golightly's YouTube page. Molly Golightly's YouTube page is where I get pushed to go get this information. It's what happens, right? This here that you see on the left-hand side is from 2020 documentary about Lori Vallow. Lori Vallow's documentary has this little redhead popping up underneath. We don't know whose logo that is. Now, this is 2020. It's an ABC program. This is in their video. Now, I know that where that logo shows up. That logo shows up on particular people's videos. It's some sort of their logo stamp. So when you guys see this on YouTubers' pages, really pay attention. This redhead has shown up again. I kept this little redhead from Lori Vallow. The redhead that you see that's looking like that on the right-hand side is from Molly's last video. She also is in Molly's video from the day before. Now, she could say that's her mom. She could say that's however she wants. I'm going to show you later on how many times that redhead pops up. This is where she shows that she's at, right? Nothing to do with her, nothing. The information that is shown in this video gives me a reading that I want to give to you guys. These kids get pulled, and this is what I see within the walls of where she says she is. It's not the Molly I know, I can tell you that much. I don't know who I don't know who this person is. But it's not the Molly we see on her 3-hour shows. This is the Molly that comes in and goes really quickly. I'm telling you guys, 3 minutes, 8 minutes, tops, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling you for my spiritual self, I don't give a shit what it sounds like. It's not her. It's not the Molly we know. It does, she is, if she's a woman, maybe she was a man and then turned into a woman and is a trans, but she's not the Molly we know. Whoever that person is, he, she, they, whatever it is, whoever, what they are, is not the Molly that we know presently. She's not the Molly that I have been watching. So she goes to this place, and all I could feel spiritually are the different rooms that the Beast and Bunch bring us in, the different rooms that I've seen filming done in my third eye of these children are being filmed, and there's different rooms. So when Molly brings us through these different rooms, the only thing that I could feel and see is that this is the setup. I don't see where she is. I could only see what's behind the deep fake. So when I get shown what's behind the deep fake, it may not be there. I don't care what you guys see, right? Necessarily as much as the children want me to give the story. That they're in rooms like that. They're in rooms like that. And that's how they're sold. They're in these little boxes with their different faces. They look like that to the left-hand side of Molly. That's what they look like, you guys. They don't look like what you see in these actors. I don't even know what this is. The truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter to me because I can't see what they want you to believe is true. I don't see that at all. Actually, I don't see it for one frickin' second. I see the opposite so badly that it actually pisses me off. This is what's in, that's what's being shown in the back. Like that, what is that, like is that a Brian? Because there's like lots of different Brians. All I could see is the storyboard that what I see here is someone that's not the Molly we know is looking through the clear glass, which is one way. The rim of these rooms are maroon, soundproof, and they're double sealed. To me, that's what she's looking in. She's not looking in what you all are seeing. Like you people there may be, oh, she's just looking in a window. That's okay. That's okay, because this is meant for me to tell you the children's story. I don't know who that is, but what's behind them tells me a story. So what it tells me, there's a man and a woman. There is a man and a woman involved and is behind this. That's what it tells me. And it's damp, it's smelly. Whoever that man is smells really bad. It smells really bad, as if he hasn't showered ever. So whoever that man is working down under. Whoever that man is that is also working with the woman, the man is the one that's in the smelly dungeon, in the smelly area, where Summer always says her feet smell, her feet smell. She smells feet. She tells us that all the time. The information that is behind the fake Molly, it's the J and the C. I don't know what JC, do you guys know what JC would stand for? That's a boat. What's in those photos tells a story. What's in the photo to the left tells you the story of how these guys travel. It gives you a bit of the information that's behind the photos that I would say the photos of what this behind the Summer Moon Wells story. Here it is bigger. Now that may not make sense to you guys, but it takes time to really see it, right? This picture, I feel like I'm standing in, the only ones that are going to know that that I'm right, again, are going to be the people that are the guilty party, you guys. One day you're going to find out that this room, all this room is used over and over and over to show the Summer Moon Wells missing children story. My goodness, I could put so many people from YouTube channels inside this room. This is the fucking set. This is like going to a goddamn set. So the people that know that I am right, you guys are trying so hard to shut everyone off from talking about this, that it is working against you. The harder you try, the better it is for us. Period. I know this door, and you know what? I could even tell you what the top of those even though it's cut off, I could tell you exactly what the top of those look like with the rings on it, and they're in different pieces. And you know what? This has been used so many times. You guys need a new set. So I here for like a year or so, you guys, I thought this was real, even though it's billions of dollars in this industry, I thought they were so fancy and they had all these other areas. You guys aren't fancy at all. Not fancy at all. You're using the same shit over and over. You know why you're using the same shit? Because this is where it started. Because the Summer Moon Wells missing children tell me that the purpose of this, forget the horrific things that go on and forget the fact that Casey Anthony herself went through this. I don't think she has even begun to tell her story. I watched the documentaries. I binge watched them, and she knows this stuff. She just hasn't gone deep enough to expose it. I could tell this is it. It's all for the resurrection, right? So somehow there's some science, or not science, yeah, science. Planets and Earth and alignment and whatever it is, has to be whatever you're placing inside the Earth. There's a really what's coming through my head is coming a ticking time bomb. So there's a ticking time bomb is what it's saying, that you must follow the directions of the ticking time bomb. I don't know what that means, you guys. I'm just repeating that these are the directions giving. These are the directions giving. Okay. These directions are still being given. So the directions, even though this is from years ago, whatever direction is being given today is the same direction of what to do when this was developed. And it says with Robert M. Vaughn. Now, is that Michael Vaughn's father exactly? I don't know. That would be, again, the authorities would have to figure that out. It's Michael Vaughn. Michael Vaughn's father is Robert. It's actually named Robert M. Vaughn. But I don't know. I don't have confirmation. It's for me to say, I have to say allegedly, right? Allegedly. So I went back and I pulled this stuff forward because the video that, Candace's video that came out of the fake video of her in the hospital, you guys, sorry if I'm wrong, but that is nothing more than another little scheme of theirs. Okay? It's so stupid. So, when I looked at that video, I'm like, oh, okay. Candace and Don, this is for you. You guys must be up against a time slot, like a ticking time bomb. Not an actual bomb, you guys, okay? So don't take it the wrong way. Ticking time bomb just could be just time's ticking away, and they have, and you can't change the time. Okay, so they can't, something is happening right now with the Wells, directly with the Wells, with who they are and what their role is in this whole thing, okay? It's their whole role is ticking. They're moving, and it's ticking. It hasn't stopped. They've lost time. Now, I believe that somewhere a baby is involved. I believe that I see the smallest little, I see there's a problem. I see baby. I actually could just hear crying. A very teeny unhealthy baby. A fetus, I would call it. Yeah. Candace and Don are working with this plan in front of us. You see, that's what it is. Which is the same plan that was made years ago. Years ago, what you see in front of you, they set the pattern. There's someone, now again, I'm using these pictures. How this was set was by someone who actually set the program to install this, whatever they're doing, and it's done within the earth. And this is the machinery that is used. This is the location that is still the location. This is still intact. This is still intact, is what's coming through. Even though I said this was long ago, this situation is still intact and it's being used. So the V's and the 5s and the carts and the little teeny buggies and so forth are little teeny little things that look like little houses. And that's what they're using beneath the earth. That's what they're using and putting into the earth as part of the resurrection. And these guys are on a ticking time bomb. They need to move quickly. They need to move really quickly, and that's what's going to fuck their whole thing up, because they're not good at it. This is Bob, not to say it's the Bob Von Wino, but this is the machinery in action. You guys have seen these pieces. I've shown these to you over and over, but I've really never shown it to you in this kind of content. In this, kind of content, where the drawings match up to the visuals. So his drawings match up to the elements that I show you guys. So I show you that little smiley head, and I show you how the A sometimes has a silver button, right? And I show you the silver button, and I'm like, oh wow, like, what's the story with this silver button? Wait, let me bring this in. And what I'm showing you here is these little pieces were made with a rhyme and a reason. Remember, I'm always like, it's a cookie cutter. This is the cookie cutter. This is the machinery that made all this stuff. See the pieces. See the A, and there's the finger that goes in there. It's the, see that? So there's the stick. So all these elements, every element that I have mentioned and discussed here is within this room and within this machinery that's being built. Oh, Long Gone, congrats on your 8-month WCIA membership. Thank you. Thank you. That's amazing. I show these hands that are being burnt, and I show that their fingers are being cut, and I show that something is going on with the V, right? This here is showing you that this stuff is used. Basically, they're doing something within the Earth's atmosphere. This is what they're drawing. And their drawings on there match up to, let me show you something. Let me show you this now, even though it's in my presentation later, how important, when I tell you to look at a particular element and that it's super important, and the way that it's hanging and the way that it's a cookie cutter and goes on top of each other. And the reason it's a cookie cutter and goes on top of each other is because it has to be perfectly aligned. So they perfectly align all of this information because that's how it's placed. That's part of the process. That's part of what they're good at doing. That number 5 that you see there is the number 5 that I have been following in Kiely Rodney's case and in the Idaho 4 case and in Laundrie's case. Let me show you the 5. I'll show you one sample of that 5. That 5 actually shows up in many places, but this one is up in the corner. Let me grab the Idaho 4, even though I know it's more than 4 people. It's way more than 4 people that died. So one day they'll figure all this shit out. Wait. All right, here's the number 5 that hangs. Okay, this one hangs on the porch over. It's in a couple places. This here that I'm circling is the number 5 that everyone has to have, but it's shaped. This one is shaped differently when it's hanging differently, right? It's right there. That's the number 5 shape. Oops. Wait. That hangs on the porch. One of the places hangs on the porch over the heads of the Idaho 4. Okay? This 5 here is identical. Do I have to, let me see if I have to turn it. A little bit. So that number 5 is on not only the porch there, it's up in the middle, see that? This is the number 5 that matches, that's on the porch with the Idaho 4. And the 5 that matches the one on the porch and the one that picture is also in the street by the food truck. Now, you could tell that it's exactly the same thing, but it's different locations. It's different locations that you think it's placed. Why? Because that's what they're doing. They layer this over it, and the only thing that stays consistent are the elements. That's why I don't care or try to recognize or figure out where they are. Because this is the Idaho 4 with that 5 in the corner. This is the Idaho 4 with that 5 in the corner of where the food truck was. Now, if you really want me to freak you out and call someone out like Benny has always had that number 5 in the corner of his rooms. This is the number 5 that I have been calling out. So I pick and stay with particular elements because I don't pay attention to the chaos that they're trying to create around the goddamn elements. And the more you guys are trying to make everyone confused, the easier I find them. This here is in Benny's picture. Feel that for a moment. This is behind Benny. This is behind the Idaho 4 on the porch. And this is behind Idaho 4 at the food truck. And it's also right here on Bob Vaughn's drawing of where these things go. And that's within the earth. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Here's his drawings. And the other day I showed you a drawing from Casey Anthony. No. Amber Alert. Amber Hagerman. Amber Hagerman's mom has a drawing like this that Amber Hagerman has in her kitchen. Now, I believe that Amber Hagerman was one of the first ones to do this. And that's, to me, why it's called Amber Alert. But don't shoot the messenger. But these are all number 5s that are being placed within the earth. See how that wheel, you've seen that wheel before. This wheel, let me circle it. It's the wheel that's behind our little summer moon at the at a couple different places. You've seen this situation. See how the drawings, you have the life photos now that reflect these drawings. These drawings tell the story. There's our little bony heads. Those are the little bony heads. Let me show you how that's a pig face. Wait a minute. Why did I cover it? Wait. This here is on the top of Robert Vaughn's machine, right? Well, because this is the moral of the story. Everyone is in a little house, just like that. And there's your pig with one eye, and there's your smiley face. This is the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children story, and that's what you're looking at. That little teeny house is what was just shown in Molly Golightly's video in the beginning of my video. That little house with that little smiley face, pig face, is the same thing that is right here. It's the same concept. Smiley face with the house. This is what's in Michael Vaughn's friend's post. It's the same. It goes back. It goes all the way back. Here's the water sewer that they're using. This is the sewer that I showed you, a company that was showing the information down the sewer area. These are photos specifically from that company. Now notice the sewer that's going down on the right hand side. I'm going to crop it so you see it clearer. These V's are connected. These are all connected, and they're very tough to pull apart. And this all runs on a system, a very, very sophisticated system. This piece right here that you see going down the sewer is what travels. This stays with whatever's being put in there. Everyone has their own little thing here. That V travels, and whatever is in the sewer, this is a very large group that's putting this stuff in and out of the water. They have to go undetected, right? This stuff down here, they have to go undetected. They're showing the elements. They're showing what's going on here. That's the electrical area that is actually parts that are being used. You could see the pieces. This is basically your food truck. Like, they use different things this is like the food truck, the back of the food truck. I could put all of my elements on top of each other in different locations all day long. I could see it. I've been doing this for a year and a half. I understand it. This is the food truck, and there's the number 5 hanging. You are not going to see it any differently because it's going to consistently be the same. None of my elements are going to change. If they change, then they're not part of the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children story. Right? So what you're looking at here in I don't know how many years ago, in here, whatever is happening here is what's happening with the Idaho 4. There's the 5. It's the same thing. They just have it deep faked differently. It's underground. They have the same shiny stuff. Do you guys understand this is the same? This is the Idaho. This is someone just working with plumbing. That number 5 has to be there. This is the Idaho 4. I mean, do you know how frustrating it is that I have to show this over and over and over? Here, this is where they go. There's the metal stuff that we see on Summer Moon. This is a location. Here's the number 5. Whatever is going on here is going on here. Here, let me turn it. Here, watch this. So, this here's a plumbing company that is connected to this group, okay? I don't just go and just randomly pick people. This is from the Idaho 4 food truck. Okay, here's the corner. They match. They match. It's the same thing, you guys. The Idaho 4 children, are not standing in the middle of a porch. Every victim goes through the same process, which was developed, created, and set in motion way back when, way back by Amber Alert. These are his pieces. Look at what you're looking at, you guys. Let me point it out. All of these pieces have been set in motion, I'm going to keep repeating myself, for the same purpose, and the same process is being repeated with each sacrifice. And I watched her whole entire documentary. I would love to re-interview Casey Anthony, because this is the stuff I want answers to. The process. Because if we can't stop the process, then there's nothing going to happen. All of these elements are within the video that shows this being built. Every little piece of his workshop. Every little piece is part of elements we have been looking at. This is part of the machinery. Here is another layer. This layer is underground. This could be the fake car. This could be the fake corners that they put in the cars. So let me show you. Let me grab the piece. Wait, I need my water. My God, my throat gets so sore when I'm doing these. Because believe it or not, I'm actually doing a reading while I'm doing this. So I'm going to flip this and show you how these are used and it's connected to their heads. These are the little rooms. So imagine that these are the little rooms, and there's the exact same plumbing. You have the maroon door. You have the silver maroon strip. You have the A-frame in the middle. It's all here. But they like to show it to you all different ways. They like to show it to you flipped like this. They like to show it to you upside down. But this is nothing more than, let me get closer in. This is the corner. This could be the corner pieces that are put in the doorways, because this is where the heads go on into the right hand side. See? It's all the same. And they're lined up. They're lined up next to each other, you see? This is inside. This is really what it looks like. So this is really what it looks like. What the people do now, because this was created so many years ago, they put deep fakes over it, like the fake car. And they make, we saw Kylie Rodney leaning forward into one of these as if she's leaning into it. But this is what it looks like. I'm betting my reputation. What I do here is try to build my reputation, right? I'm placing my reputation on what I'm saying out loud. Right? I got this here from Lori Vallow's video. So what I did today is went all the way back to show you how this is continued and was all in Don and Candace's video. Lori Vallow's video shows all the elements. Lori Vallow's video is to the right. And I've been telling you guys that Benet Ramsey, she has a great photos of her in the basement with her mom, and she always shows the equipment. Well, there's the equipment. You could barely see it now because I've opened it so many times. But there's no reason that they should have all of these cold cases when they're all matching. Benet Ramsey's basement has the same equipment as we see in this fake freaking hospital. So to you two dumbasses, I don't know what you're thinking. Did you forget that people have been working to find your daughter for a year and a half? Did you somehow forget that we all have been working towards finding your daughter and bringing her justice? Because if you didn't forget that, you wouldn't be posting this stuff. You would be posting it. Let me get my computer charger. You would be posting it. You wouldn't be putting this stuff up and showing your hallway of a hospital. It's not a hospital. I can't. It's so embarrassing for you guys to think that no one's going to notice what you put up here. I don't get it. I don't get it. Candace and Don are doing a lot more than what they say they are. can't tell you exactly what the group over there is doing, but they're headed in my direction, that's for sure. Wait, hold on. Just by wait till I show you what's in this video. So here he has the shit around his neck, the fake balloon, but he's connected to the white stuff and the maroon little whatever those are. Watch. What he has on his head here is what is placed on the heads of the victims. We see it on the boat. It looks like that. We see it on the land. What you see to the left-hand side goes all the way back towards Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer. It's the same cookie cutter. It's the same thing over and over. Left-hand side is Bob Vaughn's video. What you see down the hallway of the hospital is on your left-hand side. This picture here is in the hospital. Let me show you. These are in Candace's hospital window. Fake window, which is always a fake rim and a fake trim. It's the machine. The middle photo here is from the food truck of the Idaho 4. The picture all the way to the right is from Candace's hospital bed. This is just them showing a sacrifice. The middle photo is from Lori Vallow's video. This here is the machine that I show you guys in the window of Don Wells's home. It's the machine that's throughout the Watts' house. Here is the machine in action at a true sacrifice. This is the same family that I have been following. The machines are all in the background. This is a true sacrifice with the fire and everything. This is what it looks like. What you see all the way in the back there is this machine. The machine to the left is in Candace's window in the hospital. The machine to the right is the machine that we have been following for a long, long time. Let's see if I have it right here. Wait. I have the video. Let's see. Okay. I know that there are people here that have never seen this. Let me see if I could. This is the machine in action. Watch. That is this. That machine is the machine that I've been following since this freaking video came out. Look at that. So when I say machine, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. And now it shows up with Candace and Don in the fake hospital. This here, I'm sticking to it. Whoever did that video and said he was standing outside the home of where the Idaho 4 were murdered and he was filming, that came from Sweetie Pie Lou. It's a good video. You guys should see it. It has the same information as to the left-hand side. It's doing the same thing, you guys. It's all really quite coming together. Here is what I told you was in the bus window. This is on the Wells property, and it shows these bus windows. Now again, I don't know if it's in the bus. All I know is they're showing the elements on their property. And it was inside Cracking Cases video. I don't know if they knew it was in the video. They won't talk about it. No one will talk about it. No one will talk about it. Here is a photo of what a particular area or location looks like when all of the elements are put in one place. The only thing that I could tell you about this is the elements are all here, and they have gone through their process, and they're all here for the firing, or I hear like for the finale, for the fire. Like, it's all here. It's just all here, you guys. This is where it all goes. I think that it winds up coming all together in a bulk. Like it gets either from here, it's coming from the water or going into the water. But this is the buggy that I've shown you, especially Kylie Rodney had it really well. And you see that there's a body. This is like a table for one. This is the whole sacrifice. This is where it happens. This is where it happens. There's the fire. Like, you remember how I showed you Kylie Rodney was going into the fire? Like her body was being moved into it or being taken out of it. At her vigil by the tree where Sammy was standing is what I showed you guys, was this. And that is the fire pit. See? They're connected to the box. There's the green, the blue. In the background, the green, the blue, the white, the maroon. All the boxes are here. The green, here, I'm going to circle it as I talk. The green face always is led by the green face, which is right here. This is their maroon box. This is their head. This is the V. This is the A-frame. This is the cookie. This is the pressure cooker. Here's the green, the maroon, the blue, the white. These are their boxes. It's all here. This is what it looks like. This is the sacrifice. See? And it goes into here. There's the A. Well, I'll show you, since we're here, I'm going to show you what that looks like when it's done. Since we're here, I'm going to show you that that's the part in Maddie from the Idaho 4. This is the part in her picture that is that. That is that. This is that. And in Kylie Rodney's, this is Kylie Rodney's. This was at the night of her party. It's all the same. It's on the wood. And let me tell you something. It was in Molly Golightly's TV behind her that's not really her. This is the stuff that's in her TV. It's all the same. This here is the whole sacrifice. This is Maddie's from her Facebook, the Idaho 4. This is Kylie Rodney's on, I think it was on TikTok, of the poser party. This is all it is this. It's the sacrifice. Dylan had it on his tractor as well. That's right, NW Love. It's, see how it's, you guys see now, and here's the white box here, right here, the white number 5, and these are the maroon boxes on the outside. This is a whole table. This is the table that you saw at Kylie Rodney's vigil with her parents. But see how it's like coming together? There's the wood. So these are important. And I finally could tell you what to do with this picture. That's Summer Moon's face in that photo and always bothered me. I'm like, okay, I know that this is major. Well, the photo to the left that's the head in the cylinder, right? I can't really explain exactly, like what they're doing to those cylinders, but this is part of it, and this is a location where these elements touch down. They do touch down in this location, and they do go through a process here. Maybe this is where it gets blown up. Maybe this is where the the timer comes in, the pressure cooker. But these are going in there, and it's going into making cement. Like, that was Summer, but this is the first time that I noticed that Summer is standing with her little tubing. So I'm thinking that she was already in the middle of her sacrifice. This was one of her end pieces, because there's the chair, and there's the red stick, the blue stick, and the green. This is all connected to her, you guys. That's her chair. So this is somewhere before June 15th. This is what it looks like down the hall of Candace and Don's hallway. Down the hallway, they're basically just looking into the room of where the sacrifices take place. Nothing more. It's fake. It's fake, so bullshit on you guys. That's the pressure cooker. The picture to the right is a great example of what these little windows look like. That's really all they are little windows, and it's like what you see to the left-hand side, the little window that is in Candace's fake room. Is the same thing. It has all the trim and everything, you guys, never changes. The trim, it just all travels together. They just put it in different places, trying to confuse you. This is all the same. The left-hand side is a snapshot, believe it or not, from Lori Vallow, beginning of I think it was the day they were going to court. And someone, obviously, as soon as I saw this, I knew that someone put this shit in there. Someone's holding their phone up, and as soon as you see phones in any of these cases, the phones tell the story. They superimpose it. I don't know what they do, but the elements match. That's what I know. And this person's pants with the V and everything also does match the Idaho 4 with the kid that stands by the um, by the car. It's the same thing. Same kind of pants. But they all show the same equipment. I couldn't find, I want to show you guys something. This is in her video, right? I couldn't find it, but I have a photo of this big, huge log, and I'm like, that those are Summer's remains, and it was all of her stuff, like the all the pieces that you see that were get collected, and it was in a place like that. That's like a dam down there with wells. I didn't want to wait any longer, but this location to me is this location. What you see to the left is from a Benny Keys' video that he does with Jody Sue, but I feel like these are the same. I feel like they're showing the same thing. The same thing. I feel a very strong connection between those two. Molly Golightly also showed this little teeny green chair on one of her little ventures last week. I wanted to show you that this little green chair, you know, I even though I don't show much of Andrew Hilt, I do go in and grab information occasionally because it shows it. And what you see here is Andrew's video. I didn't split or put anything in. What you see is what you see is what you get. Yeah, I think it's Eastman plant, muffin top. Because I remember looking at those smokestacks with you guys. But just to let you know, that's where Candace is well, I'll put it this way. She might not be standing there, but that's where she wants you to think she is. Yeah, this is Andrew Hilt. Oh yeah, his videos are a mess. Always. Oh, it's so messy, so messy. I can only go and get information when I'm trying to make a point. This here is the green little chair. Let me circle it for you. This is the green little chair. This is the green little chair that the kids get hung on. Here's the green little chair up there, okay? I knew it when I saw the video from Molly the other day. I'm like, that's the little teeny green chair. That's the little chair. That's not a real tall green chair. That's the little chair that I always look at. That is in her video. That green chair shows up on the porch of where someone murdered her mom and dad. And this green chair is with the whole setup. I have a huge long video on it. You guys could, it's like a couple days ago. But this to me is sitting right next to the setup. Because my whole video shows you how that's the A-frame, blah, blah, blah. Point being is, it's that Andrew Hilt is videotaping something and someone's putting shit in there and it's not in his house, but it's the same element. I never forget. So here's Molly. This is what's on her TV behind her. Throughout the TV, whenever these really weird videos that keep coming out, the TV and the information around her shows the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children story. That's just a hand. And then there's that smiley face and they're in the cage. This is the stuff that shows up within the TV behind her. I showed you this before, so the TV behind her, to me, matches up to those pieces on either side. Like I said, the blue neon one is from Kylie's party. The one all the way to the right is Maddie from the Idaho 4, and the one in the middle is just proving that they just keep showing elements. This here is the cement. Whatever this mushes this shit together is the cement. There's a little yellow face. Now all of this travels. That little yellow face should not be forgotten because it goes with these people. So Casey Anthony, this is her video for her daughter. This is what is shown in her video. This is what happens to her. And I believe that the father did the whole thing because this is his belief. This is what he is here for. This is his purpose. They somehow had their daughter on board with this because it's, you know how I always say you can't really judge people. You can't judge people of what they've gone through because you could only, unless you've walked in their shoes and you were in their house and you put up with whatever awful, horrific abuse that she went through, we can't say one damn thing. What I see from this is the pain that the mom is going through is so, it's so horrible that she's blocking it. It's really bad. This is her daughter. These are real pictures that come from, I think this is their documentary on Peacock. These are not normal pictures, you guys, but the pictures that they show on these videos are unbelievable. This is Michael Vaughn. What is in his video, those little pieces in his hand, is the same thing that you're seeing here in Anthony's case. So Kaylee, they show her bag of trophies. This is Kaylee's bag of trophies. You're looking at it. You're looking at her stuff that gets collected. And like Benny would say, someone throws out the garbage. Someone goes and collects it. It's what they do. Casey, she brought up how she put these words on her arm. It was basically, excuse the language, you guys, fuck you to her family, like screw you. And it meant, like, I don't know, she said good vibes or good life or whatever. It's whatever that saying is, it just keeps coming up in these stories. Brian Kohlberger's father had the sweatshirt on, and it was also here on the grass area where the Idaho 4 went drinking the night before, and it also shows up in this Pete, who I believe was part of the layering of the Idaho 4. The Idaho 4, I don't know who's doing what over there, but when you look at any of the Dateline or whatever they're on 2020 videos, they show the truth. I mean, they show the car being layered. If you ever have time to look at any of the documentaries, watch them on your computer and just stop them. But you can't take a screenshot of it because it will turn out black. You have to take screenshots of only the small little boxes will show up. But if you want to take a screenshot, you need to use your phone or else it just won't show up. I don't know why. But this is a great example of how they use the car to transfer things and move things around. For all I know, they pull up to a water well like that and the sewer, and just do shit. But this is showing you that I don't have to mention who this is because it doesn't matter. I have done that once before. But this is a really good example of how they use the interior of the car and how they use the tire. So this is showing you what is being built in under the car. This is what it looks like. You've seen this before, but I've never seen it attached to the car like this is. This came from that Dylan J. White that I don't know what happened to him. I have no idea, but man, his information is killer. It's amazing. It gives information all about the cars. Now, it's not about him. Someone may have used his stuff to put it in there to tell the story, right? But if you were a bystander and you knew that this was in your storyboard and someone put this shit on your cars, wouldn't you call the FBI? I mean, this is what it looks like. This is exactly what I keep showing you guys. The little boxes. These are the number 5 boxes. These are that is the clear box with the maroon trim. It's that strip right there. You know, there's that right there. Let me show you something. That's what I just showed you was on Lori Vallow's leg, and I said that same thing is in the Idaho 4 on that guy's black pants. But if this is really what it looks like and this is really the story, then it's not on their pants. They're just telling part of the story. Let me show you what I mean. See what I'm talking about? So, like that maroon thing. Let me make it smaller. So if I line this shit up, I mean, because you guys, obviously, when Lori Vallow was walking into court, obviously, let me move this one. This wasn't on her. I mean, right? It's just deep fake and it tells the story. But this is the part of the video that would be most important. So let's say this is it. And that's the cookie cutter. You know, it makes sense that this is what it would do. Like, it makes sense that that guy's legging, like is really that. You see? See? See how all of a sudden her body doesn't look like her natural body? And there goes the number 5 in the corner. See that number 5 coming out? See how fake that looks once you start looking at it? It's Lori Vallow. So this is to me, what I've been told for all of these months is that this here is what is under the car. Period. And this is part of how they move it right along. It's undetected. It's hidden. You can't pick it up by androids. Not androids, what I'm talking about. By, oh my God, those little flying things. My brain. There. It's everything. Right? And this stuff, this really talks to me, you guys. You know, when Kylie Rodney, when this picture came out, and there's that photo of, we don't know who that is, that older girl, but it speaks. And when I see the picture to the left-hand side, and I see what's on the right hand side, I feel like it's the same room because I feel like all of these people were victimized. Oh, drone. NW love, thank you. Oh yeah, my brain's mush. Um, it just tells me the same story. There's so many hidden messages, actually hidden messages, visual hidden messages inside Kiely Rodni's information that it tells every detail of what happened to her. And this is the same thing that happened to this guy. You see? It's like that guy could be her. Like, it's like all of these people are interchangeable, you guys. Kiely Rodni. I mean, her story is so loud and clear and tells a story above and beyond so much more than her just being found. Oh, look at that little picture. Wait a minute. Kiely looks like she's in front of the fraternity house. No? Doesn't she? Doesn't it look like she's in front of the not the fraternity house, the Idaho 4 house? Really does. That looks like she's in front of the Idaho 4 house. Wow. See, it tells the whole story, you guys. This is the story, you see. Like, it really tells, like, you may not hear it and see it, but what you guys can see and visualize are the elements and what's coming to life here. Her her spirit really has a lot to say. A lot to say. This is the car. This is Casey Anthony's car. I wanted to show you that in their video, the trunk of their car and the interior of this car is exactly what I've been trying to explain, how they put it in the trunk and how they use it as part of the process of moving the shit. Kiely Rodni's story, I think, somewhere got all screwed up, right? This is Casey Anthony's car, and they're showing what's back here. But what I see is the interior of Kiely Rodni's car. That's all I see. I see the story. So the inside of the car, all the way on the left-hand side, is Casey Anthony's car. If everything, all the elements get thrown into this trunk and they get moved, put in the water, taken out of the water, but it's in this car, there's the number little 5, right? And there's that 5 down there. And then up here, this dude is holding all those little pieces. Like this stuff, these little items and all of these little pieces of elements were built many years ago for this purpose. This here are the pieces you see. The little teeny maroon boxes. They're really, really little. They're little. And they're in the car. See? That's the setup. And I'm sorry. I mean, either the person that's taking out of the car knows damn well what they're taking out of the car, or they don't. The picture all the way on the bottom right-hand side is from that Scott guy's painting. Scott's painting studio, to me, shows the upstairs or the downstairs, like one of the layers that is, you can't stand in it. It's short, but it represents a layer, because here all the way to the right hand side is what you see in Bob Vaughn's video, and I already showed you these. The one in the middle is from the food truck, and the one to the left is from the porch of the Idaho 4. What's behind Benny, the fake Benny, whatever you want to call him, he walks down a hallways like this all the time and there's always like a swing behind him and so forth. He has so many elements that are in his videos that I just chose to not. I shouldn't say chose. I was told to stop messing, stop wasting all my time, because he's going to always have stuff in his video. And to me, this should be questioned. That's in his garage. This guy here, remember I told you guys a particular faces looked familiar? I found one of them. This guy's name is Larry Woodcock. Anyone know who he is? This came from Lori Vallow's video. This is from Lori Vallow's video. And the picture to the left is from the Fisherman's video. I have been looking at these two faces. I think that they're a match, but that would have to be seen by the authorities, right? This is him from the Vallows video. And this is him on the boat that I said I see Summer Moon Wells on. This is the boat where I show you, I'm like, this is Summer Moon looking through goggles. I know this is her, and it looks like she's with someone that looks like Ernie. Like, really looks like Ernie. These guys just looked alike to me. Why do I have these together? Huh. I don't know. Okay, so the red face that I showed you in page number 1, first appeared, wait, let me grab hers, first appeared in this video, Lori Vallow's video. The Lori Vallow's video was the one all the way down on the right hand side. Oh my, it looks just like her. All the way down on the right hand side, that is Lori Vallow's video. Okay? Up in the left hand side, that same thing pops up in Casey Anthony's video. When I tell you that these are the same, that and this are the same. This is Lori Vallow. This is Casey Anthony. It so reminds me of one of the Idaho 4. I forgot whose mother it reminds me of. But this girl is in these videos lately. These faces are very symbolic. And it's with that guy. Sure reminds me of one of the Idaho 4 mothers. And these are pictures from Lori Vallow's photos. It's very disturbing how the authorities don't see it. They don't see the connection. You know, because to me, that's what I see here in the bed. Because that's not Candace. There's no one in that bed. I don't know what they're trying to prove. But they're doing something, and it reminds me of her. Like, this is what she looks like. I don't know if that is, to me, it's like all the same person. I mean, why? More importantly, I'm going to show you, I don't trust them. Because if you knew that this was in your video, which I'm about to tell them, that what's behind them is the equipment of the Idaho 4 murders. So the equipment is behind you, so again, they have choices. Right? First, this is a very, very close connection. And then what's behind her is the equipment. I'm not making this shit up, you guys. What logo is on that guy's arm? It's not a police logo. That is not a police logo. I'm sorry. That logo truthfully, want to know what that looks like? I'll show you. Wait, let me make a circle. Circle. Crop. So, whatever is on this dude's arm here reminds me of this. It's not a police logo. but it's the machinery behind her. It's this. So when I said this, all the way to the right-hand side is from the fake food truck. That's what's in the fake food truck, is the machine. That's from the fake food truck. What you see over behind the Idaho Forest Parents is the same equipment. No joke. The same equipment. And this is all the same. Whatever goes there, there's a pressure cooker. If you guys ever get a chance, go look at Chris McDonough's videos now. Pretty creepy. His shit is really creepy to look at. And it gives a lot of information, way more than he talked about ever before, because he doesn't talk about these elements. He won't talk about this. He won't. But yet, in this video here, his information shows the most detail of Summer. This is now Summer's bed. Well, that's not her bed. This is a dungeon, and this is not what it looked like before. Notice the hand. To me, this child was somewhere here. Yeah, do it. It's great. So, this is what's going on with this guy. He's just, creating the situation, creating the storyboard, creating the cookie cutters. He created what you see to the right, and what you see to the left is what was hanging over by the lake where Summer Moon Wells was last seen. These are cookie cutters. I would say that this is probably the most important information that a law enforcement could look at right now. I don't know what July 11th, 93. I tried to see, I'll work on it more, but I tried to see if what happened that day. It's on there, so it must be of importance. This is where the itty bitty little fives come in. This is where, to me, I saw this on Amber Hagerman, the little Amber Alert girl. This stuff, I believe, was used for the first time then. But look at the details. Look at the detail work. This is, to me, obviously the same. So, up on the right-hand side, that is what was going on at the fraternity house that night. And I said those are the little carriages. Those little carriages, I got freaking nothing on it. No one gave a shit. I mean, here everyone's talking about the Idaho 4, Idaho 4. He's wearing the 24 number jersey just like Candace Wells, and he's holding the same basket that Summer Moon Wells had. And no one talked about it. No one. I mean, that basket is a pretty important basket in this whole entire situation. We've seen that basket for a long time now. And it's all started here. Those baskets are going somewhere within the atmosphere. So it's happening. They're showing it to you in their drawings. They're showing it in their drawings. It shows it crystal clear. I mean, really clear, you guys. It's not being hidden. Let me turn this one around. This way. Okay. I'm going to show you these drawings this way so you could probably see. They're still really little. Those are little carts, and I'm sure that they could blow these up and these guys could get a lot of information out of it. But this is the story. To me, this is the biggest story ever. I mean, to me, this would be like a map. This would be a map to go finding these pieces, but maybe they shouldn't be messed with, you know? I sure wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it because obviously there's something bigger beyond anything that I can imagine. But that's the A, and that's the box, and that's where it goes. So little boxes that we saw Summer Moon Wells. And this is why I said that it's on both the Wells property as well as by that fraternity house. What you see to the left is what's up in the woods at the fraternity house. To me, it's the same thing that you see on the right-hand side up in the woods in the Wells house. Not the woods, just the grass or the trees. They both have that same small little house that's on their property. And I didn't find it, but I do know that shapes like this, when I see them, I pull them to the side. They all of a sudden have like these two of these chairs in their window. I'm just pointing it out. I went through this before. Again, this is a sacrifice. Everything just gets pulled together. And I've shown this in other videos, but here it is. In the fire. And you know, these are places that they could go find. I mean, this isn't hidden. They don't hide this information. It's pretty much out there to go grab it. So you could see here here's the maroon boxes. This is the chair. The maroon box like that is something that I've been following. The first time I really saw it outside of Summer Moon Wells' car, like somewhere else, was here at the Appalachian Fairground. The Appalachian Fairground showed really important information to me in the beginning. It was the closest to me grabbing images that I could show you that I see within my third eye. And I don't know how big these are. I just know, I just know small information in bits, right? But this here was really, really important since day one. I mean, this is back in the Appalachian Fairground, right? and it's by the truck company, and I went through all the information of the truck company, yada yada, but it's still there. The boxes are still there. This layer is underneath the fire. This is a layer under the ground that I don't necessarily understand it, but it is real, and I do believe that the fire and everything else, that the photos are coming straight to me from where this is. Like, I don't feel as if this is being dubbed over. But this is a very true, very, very real picture. And there, there are people that this is what they are doing. This, to me, is a photo that shows all the elements as they are being burnt. And this is where it happens. This is not fake, you guys. This is a true sacrifice. This is a true sacrifice. It's in the room. The little teeny little, this is what Maddie, right here, is what Maddie has left. So if in fact whoever Maddie is, or whoever died as we think is Maddie, in her photo, this is what she's showing in her very last photo that she left to me as a message, right? As a message, like, here's information, help find me, right? Now, she may not be saying help find me to us. These are her trophies. This is her. So when she put this kind of information, I mean, the neon one I have too. Here, this here is Maddie from the Idaho 4. It's right there. You see? This is Maddie. This is Kylie. You are seeing whatever is in the middle here within the moments of the sacrifice. Now, I don't know what it's going to take for the LE or whoever the fuck is doing this stuff to really recognize how these are the same. And the only reason I give a shit for them to recognize it's the same is because the children are waiting for justice. There's a reason she left her information the way she did. And she didn't leave much. This is the sacrifice. This is the room. You're looking at the equipment in the background. You guys, the law enforcement could bust this open. We've seen this. You know what you're looking at over there with the head against the goddamn thing. I just showed you 20 photos of it. That what you're looking at with that person against whatever they push their heads against is this. Is this. This here is right here. This is right here. Yep. It's all here, you guys. It's all here. Gotcha Man, I've kept all of his stuff from inside his fake location, but he matches up. His elements match right up. His elements match up, that they're just showing sacrifice. That's all. And I don't believe there's a difference between any of these girls. They all look the same to me, you guys. And they've all died for the same purpose. Gabby Petito totally died for this. No one is going to give her justice. Gabby Petito died for this as well. You know, there's certain kind of photos that when I see them, I know immediately to zoom in, right? Let me see something. Copy. Let me see if there's something on her thumb. I don't know what's back there. But these girls are all the same. You could layer these faces up and you'll never be able to tell the difference between who's who. They're cookie cutters. These kids are all cookie cutters. I heard that one of the girls' fingers were cut. Well, yeah, they're going to look like this, just like Benet Ramsey's. They're going to be sliced. That's Aaron Carter. This is what I'm showing you again, what travels with the car. It all matches up, and the one that's inside Kylie's car, I've shown that before, all matches. This is the part of where it goes into the water or out of the water, but all the elements stick together. They all stick together. And this V and all this is these are real elements. That's freaking not Benny. I really wish he would, say something, because it's ridiculous how much shit is there. This Truly thing I wanted to show you also was in Kylie's car. So we have it in Kylie's buggy. We have it in Kylie's car. And then we also have it in the Idaho 4's windows. So let me bust this down into sections. Wait. Down on the bottom right-hand corner is from the Idaho 4, a picture from someone took that's from the window. But there's no coincidence. I don't know what this thing is, but it shows up. This here, Truly thing. It shows up more than just in these pictures I've shown you before. But that's what was in Kylie's car. For those that don't remember. Okay, so I showed you this already. This was where it showed up in the party. So this gives you a visual. Again, this is all the same stuff. This is the same stuff. And to me, that was right there. That is Summer Moon Wells. That's her V. This was at the lake of where they said she was last seen. Let me circle it for those who don't see it, which is totally fine. I wish I didn't see it. Right here. That is Summers. Right there. Yeah, they're called 32 to 63. They're called trophies, and they're very sacred. Like I believe that Arbania died before she could get any of her daughter's trophies. I showed you this before. These are all the pieces. This here is a viewpoint of what I've been showing you, but it's coming from a different angle. I turned it upside down. I believe that this is a real photo of the location. Again, this is what they're doing. And this here comes from all different videos. They're not the same. But yet their information is identical. I have to show this again to let you know that the first time that I saw, and because I don't know if I was able to get this out there before, I don't know if I didn't find it, but the first time I saw this yellow thing, and then the next time I saw this, the kids were eating watermelon on it, but it's elevated, right? And this was the night that they did a fire, but these things are moving on a track. And I don't think I ever showed you. This was like one of my first photos. This here, the middle one and the one to the left, all have the same similar information, and it's all on the Wells property. I do believe that property has something going on. There's the yellow, it's under cracking cases, and then there's also one right in the middle. There's that bar. I don't know what that says. But this is all the same information. Whatever is going on in the middle photo is what is going on either side. I do believe that this is on their location. See, this is like here. Right here is the same yellow piece. Right here. And she's up top. Okay? So like that. Here's Scott's place for those who've never seen this before. His location that he shows here, I do believe that these are real photos somehow within and behind the paintings. The information it shows is just way too strong. This information shows the top layer, the very, very top layer where this number 5 hangs. So if I'm telling you that this is the top layer, and I have shown you that number 5 in the corners, that painting is covering, to me, that painting would be covering what the Idaho 4 kids standing on the balcony, right? Like, to me, if that number 5 is there, it would be like this. And this is really what's on the other side of the picture. So you'd be like this. Just like that. So there's always hands that come up like that. So I'm showing you that in some of Andrew Hilt's videos, these clean hands come up with rings, and they're not his hands. Okay, they're not his hands. But to me, this is the same situation. Like, to me, they're in the same room. To me, they're in the same room. There's no difference other than someone's deep faking shit. But to me, they're in the same room. This is on the very, very, very back part of that room. This guy is being sacrificed. It starts out looking like that to the left, and then on the right, that's what goes on with his eye, and then they put all this shit on him. But Summer Moon Wells was in this same location. That's Summer on the bottom. This situation is the same. It's the same. Summer Moon's face is no different than what's going on with this guy's face. That's Summer. And that's that guy. Prickly things. Is this one of the friends from the Idaho 4? Because this guy is in the room. This guy is in the room, or his head is in the room of where this equipment is in. So I don't know. I think he's one of their friends. But if you were to break down this photo, you would see what I'm talking about. Like I just showed you the equipment at the fire. The equipment is behind him. I mean, I know when I see my equipment. I know when I see my machine. So this here, all I got to do is flip it, is the machine. He's one of the guy's friends from the Idaho 4. What's behind him is this. That's the machine that I showed you from the beginning of my presentation. Right? That's the machine that was in here. So here's that machine from Casey Anthony's video. That's that machine. Here's that machine from Candace's fake hospital room. That's the machine. So this guy, this is a friend of theirs. Interesting. This here, this picture here, these tubes are with Kylie. Remember I have a picture of her I showed you? I'm like, those are the tubes. Those are the cylinders. And she has like these hangers hanging from her earring. She's with these things. This is with her. That's where Summer Moon Wells winds up. Oh yeah. Sassafras, I think you're right. Maybe he's from Dylan Rounds. I thought he was from Idaho 4. These are the 5s that showed up in the car frames, you guys. These things, wait, let me see if I have the picture here. These things show up in the bumpers. These 5s are in the bumpers. This one here, let me circle it. This one here is straight from Kylie Rodney's car in the water. This picture's from Adventures with Purpose. This one is from Scott's video of showing the bumper. And then here's your 5 that's just with these pieces. These pieces are part of them. So these are pieces that go with them. So here's her 5. This is in the bumper and this is in the water. It's just showing you 3 different locations of the same element. See, that's that right here. It's the equipment. That is the equipment inside the back of the building. Let me see. Wow. It's a real good match. Look at this, you guys. So this here is from freaking years ago, right? He's in this location. See? That guy is with this machinery. Wow. That guy is with that machinery. We need to get another look at him. He is with the machinery. Doesn't he sort of look like... You guys, he is in that room. I'm telling you, he is. Yeah, Watt's basement is exactly what this looked like. And Scott's pictures mirror this location, by the way. Scott's photos of what's behind the paintings mirror what you see here. And I someone told me Andrew, no, this one on the left is from, I don't even think he's on YouTube anymore. Got you guy, got you man. Wow, you guys, this is a really incredible match. I didn't really recognize it like that before. These are the same corners of the rooms. I'll have to go back and see. I have to go back and look at this one. He's important. You guys, he's important. Oh, thank you, Long Gone. Thank you, Long Gone, for that super sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, whoever ordered the t-shirt, it went out today. Sorry. Oh, I'll open up Rumple Long here. I'll open up my emails. Like, I've opened my emails, but like attachments I open at end of the night. Thank you so much. Yeah, so sweet. This is an important guy, you guys. Michael Van was in a corner like that. This is how Michael Van ended up. Just like Summer. These are the corners that I've been trying to talk about and try to explain to the authorities that these are real corners of a room. That this is information that stays consistent. It doesn't change. So if I were to go into the little corner of little Michael Van's head all the way to the left-hand side, you would see how it matches the inside of that room. That is over here. That's what the corner looks like. This is what I've been showing all night. This is what I've been showing. That corner is no different than the corners I've been showing you guys. Look at the corner over to the left-hand side. Looks like this one. See? This corner to the right, it's just the same. I've said that he is hanging in the same kind of a situation. Look at Michael Van. I didn't do one thing to these pictures. And even the mother isn't understanding or recognizing or wanting to hear it. Right in the beginning of the video, I told you guys that I got a particular picture from a friend of Michael Van's mother, right? I got the clown photo, this little photo, and I took her name out, and I have a couple hundred photos that I'm not releasing because I'm going to wait to hear from the authorities, because these two pictures came from her. Now, I have only seen this logo this clear of a horse only 2 times. This is now the 3rd time. The first time I saw it and I kept it was from Don Wells's video of him showing all the way the back room, and then there's this little horse just like that. That to me is so filled with information, just as much as the cylinder to the right. I haven't yet seen the cylinder only as a cylinder like this ever. Now, I know that Arbania told me that Winnie the Pooh is something I need to. Winnie the Pooh was something that's very important to pay attention. They put that with the kids. Yours says My Pooh Baby. When they found Caylee Anthony, she had a Winnie the Pooh sticker stuck to her forehead. She had a Winnie the Pooh some sort of something stuck to her forehead, wrapped on her forehead. When you listen to the documentary, Casey's documentary, you'll hear him talk about the police. They say something. They're like, and she had that Winnie the Pooh thing wrapped around her head. This cylinder that we see here, I have only seen the cylinder like that one time. One time. I'm going to turn it upside down and show it to you. And that was at Robin Lane's bread making. These are the same. These are the same. This is critical, and it speaks volumes. So if in fact you are here listening to my channel, I beg you to bring this information to the authorities, to Fruitland Police Department. Fruitland Police Department. Casey Anthony's videos show extreme information. This is her daughter with her mom. All you got to do is turn the video on and look at it. It proves and shows that this child probably went through the same thing her mother went through. But she wound up being sacrificed and her mom didn't. These are photos that show how the father, I believe, I'm going to say that out loud, the father's side of the family came from this. This is what he knows from. I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm just saying that this is what he knows from. Because the pictures across the board of this little baby, is very sad. It's sad. And I personally would love to hear her story, from her her standpoint. I know that she told her story, but she really, for me, didn't go deep enough, because these photos here go very deep. And I watched her eyes, I watched her speak, and this hasn't even been touched. Not at all. Like, she would be able to explain, what is this? And why? What's the purpose? Why? Like, none of that was answered in her documentary. But yet, the documentary is filled with this information. It shows a lot of information that is geared towards these sacrifices that I have been following. So this little girl, she has on the same Spider-Man outfit as Tyler Williams, Tyler Williams from Australia. I would love to see if they went together. This is Kylie's story, and her justice will come when the story is told through the eyes of the children, and her mom could do that for them. Her mom could do that for them, you see. Because these pictures show that this is the story. This is the story. And I had to, end this presentation showing you the father, showing you how they're missing it. And she really wants it exposed the correct way. And you could see her anger, the mother, that no one asked why. That's what she said at the end of her thing. I want to ask the why. This is the car that came from her. The same situation that's going on with all the other cars is going on with her car. This is the mom. I believe that this is at part of what they put her through. I think that they did this to her daughter. I think they put her through these situations. These are situations. And to me, that is a bloody someone on the bottom of her photo, and no one's noticed it. No one's noticed it. The pictures within her documentation, I believe, tells as much information as she's able to speak, and tries to give more information without speaking it. One day. One day. Because this little girl, all of her photos look just like that. Just like that, you guys. I'm really happy that I got through the presentation tonight and I was able to finish both. Keep in mind that when you leave this channel and you go listen to other channels and you try to reflect on what's real, what's not real, the bottom line is no one is giving these kids justice. And there hasn't been any law enforcement to step up and even look at these photos and recognize them that they're in front of us. I don't really give a shit how crazy they look. I matched them up all night for 2.5 hours. Right? 2.5 hours of matching shit up. That's called apples to apples. You guys were so wonderful in this chat. I'm going to call a night. My throat is freaking out right now. It needs some hot tea. Don't listen to everyone that tries to give you bullshit. Watch and listen to what you're trying to understand and question the people that are trying to feed you the information that no one really gives a shit about, and question why they're not recognizing what's being seen within their videos. Nothing wrong with questioning it. Thank you, my mods, Muffin Top and Judy. Thank you so much. Donna, if you're here, I got your message. I'm going to give you back your wrench. Absolutely. Come back. We miss you. We miss you. We miss you. We do. So I'll make sure to do that. Thumbs up, you guys, on your way out. And yeah. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Definitely subscribe if you haven't. It makes a huge world of a difference as I try to grow this channel. Have a wonderful night, you guys. God bless you for being here. Thank you all. May justice come to these children really soon. Like, really soon. Thank you, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow. Good night, folks.